Okay, you guys, there's the finished result of our cake. And once it cools down, we are going to start on our next step. Okay, so what I did was crumble my cake and put it inside my bowl. Okay. I took all the softer pieces and put inside my bowl, and the harder pieces I don't use. So I cut the top of my cake off. And our next step is going to be adding our frosting. So what I'm going to do is take some frosting and add to our cake, because this is how we are going to combine and roll our cake pops into a ball. So all you're doing here is adding your frosting to your cake. And I'm going to show you the consistency it's supposed to be before you start to roll them into a ball. So we're just mixing our frosting. And you're going to keep mixing until your cake starts to combine together. Once your cake starts to fold off the sides, you'll know it's time to start rolling. And see how it is sticking together and it's rolling off the sides? That's what you're going to look for. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to show you how. This is how it's supposed to look. And it is pushing away from the sides of your bowl, so that's how you want it. And to get my scoops even or close to even and the same, I'm using my scooper, and it is a 1 tablespoon scooper. Okay, scoop out, take it out, and we are going to roll into a perfect ball. Okay. And you can also use an ice cream scooper. But we are rolling into perfect balls, and we're going to set them aside. Okay? Roll into a perfect ball. And if you cuff your cake ball, it comes out pretty much a perfect ball. So we're going to do this until all of our cake mix are rolled into little balls. Okay? And this is just an easier way for me. This is how I learned myself how to do it. Others do it different. Whatever works for you. If you have a easier method, use that method. Okay? It's going to be another one. Gonna sit it down. And I am going to roll out a significant amount of cake balls, and I will come back and show you the next step. Okay, so now we have a significant amount of cake pops. So I can demonstrate how to do them. We're going to start. I'm not counting these, I'm just picking some out. I'm also going to show you how to make a baby rattle with your cake pops, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a cake pop and just make sure it's round, or as round as you can get it. We are going to insert in our chocolate, and we are going to insert into our cake pop. And do not press all the way down, because you don't want it to puncture the other side, okay? So this is going to be the beginning of your cake pops. And I'm just going to sit them to the side because we are also going to put a bottom on these cake pops, okay? So let's do that again. Add your chocolate. Insert. We'll put them on the side. Okay? And you're just going to press it back to make sure it is round. And sit them over to the side. Okay? Don't have much room here, but we're going to make it work. We are going to do another one. Insert. Place it down. Insert. Place it down. Insert. I'm going to turn this one the other way. Place it down. Insert. Place it down. Insert. Place it down. Insert. Turn this one this way. Place it down. And once we get them all inserted, we are going to put them in the fridge for about 6 minutes and let them firm up. Okay? Okay, I'm going to show you how to start your rattle. Okay, so I have started on my baby rattles. And what I'm going to do is cut this in half. Okay? So we're going to use half of our straw. And I already have one here that I've already dipped, and it is drying. Okay? So I'm going to dip into my chocolate. I'm going to insert it into my cake pop. Okay. We are going to let this sit in the fridge for about 5 to 6 minutes so it will firm up. And we are going to check on our other cake pops. Okay, so I have my cake pops here. They have firmed, and I have them sitting here in my cake pop holder. I have my chocolate here. And make sure that your chocolate is not too hot, okay? Because you don't want it sliding off your cake pops. So let it sit out for a minute before you start to dip. Okay? So we're going to take one of our cake pops. We're going to dip all the way down, come back up, and what I do is I just tap. I hold it up a little bit and I tap and rotate. Tap and rotate. It's very tedious. It's something that really takes time. So I really don't do a lot of them, but I do them. Okay? So you're just tapping off your chocolate. Okay? And you can go around your stick. And that's going to be one of your cake pops. Okay? And we are going to put it back into our holder. I'm going to take some more off the bottom here. And then I'm going to put it back in my holder. Okay? We're going to do another one. Smooth out, dip, fully coat, bring it out, and you're going to tap. And don't tap too hard because you don't want your cake pop to fall off your stick. Just tap and rotate. Once your chocolate stops falling off, you can hold it up and put it into your cake pop stand. Okay? That's going to be another one. Okay? We're going to put it in our stand. That is one that's already dried. Okay. Okay, so these have firmed up. I'm going to dip and do the exact same thing that we did to the other ones. But we're going to try to make it a little bit smoother around the base of this one because we are making it into a rattle, okay? So I am going to go around the bottom and take off some of my chocolate. And we're going to tap. Okay. We're going to put this over here as well. Okay, so my chocolate is getting kind of stiff. I am going to quickly show you how we're going to make our rattle, and then I'm going to go heat my chocolate up a little bit. So I have here some small bead candies, and what we're going to do is just pour some into our little hole here. And you can pour as many of you as you like, but just don't fill it up because you want it to shake. Okay? Okay? And what we're going to do is take our other end of our Cakepop, add it to our chocolate, okay? And we're going to add our other ball onto the end, okay? And we are going to let that set up in the fridge until it is completely hardened, and come back and coat the bottom of our rattle. Okay, so I reheated my chocolate, and while our rattles are setting up, we're going to add some bottoms onto our cake pops. Gonna slightly go in. We're gonna add some bottoms onto our cake pops, and we're gonna place them back in our holder. Let's do that again. I'm on the bottom. Didn't quite get enough on that one. Okay. Put it straight. Make sure it's straight. Okay. Place back in our holders. Let's do another one. So try to get in the center of your cake pop. Okay. Place it down. Center it. That one has too much chocolate on it, so we're going to take that one. Try to center it as much as possible. Okay, and place it in our holder. We have applied all of our bottoms onto our cake pops, and that's how they're going to sit. Okay. Now I am going to complete my rattle. It has sat in the fridge and firmed up, and now we are just going to coat the bottom. Okay. And you want it to sit in the fridge for about 6 to 7 minutes because you want it cool, so that once you dip, your chocolate will set up pretty quick, okay? So that's going to be the bottom of your rattle, okay? That's how it sounds when you shake it, and we are going to give it some decor. So, we are going to do some glow-in-the-dark cake pops. Okay? So I have my Rolkem Luna. I'm going to put some in here. We're doing 4 colors. Okay, I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use this one. Okay, I'm going to use this one. Okay, I'm going to use this one. And we are going to coat our cake pops with splatters so they will glow in the dark. And And what we're going to use is going to be our Rolkem Quick Dry Essence. Okay, so this is what you're going to use to infuse your powder with. And we are going to get started. Okay, so I have 4 brushes here that we're going to use, one for each color. We're going to sit one of our Cakepops down here, and we are going to start to add our liquid, okay? So what I'm going to do is just add some of my liquid, just get a good amount. Okay, we're going to stir it. Okay, so just make sure it's kind of liquidy because you're doing splatters. Okay, I'm going to start with my green, so I am going to tap, okay, and add my green onto my Cakepop. We're going to set it to the side, and I have some wax paper here where I can place my brushes, and we're going to do pink next, okay? So we're just going to take it like we did the first one. Okay, and then we're going to tap and put our pink, and try to get it onto the bottom of your little plate. Okay, sit that one down, sit the brush to the side. We're going to do blue next. Okay, tap, add your splatters. Okay, we're going to sit this brush to the side. The next color is going to be purple. Okay, and we're going to add our purple. Okay, and that's going to be it for the splatters on that one. And we're going to do all of them the same exact way.